All right, let's talk about Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell now back-to-back wins as, since they made the move to make him the full-time starter, they've won both games. So you feel a little good about that if you're a Raiders fan. You feel really good about that. And listen, this was not a perfect day, but you got to factor in who he's playing against, right? This Jets defense has made the best quarterbacks in football look silly this season. So kind of surviving this, I still think is impressive in its own way. And let's talk about, first off, maybe some reasons why things weren't able to be, dominant, right? Starting off with a play like this, it's going to be a, one-on-one matchup underneath with Davante Adams. They actually have Hunter Renfrow on the other side of the field, running a bit of a clear-out route. So hopefully, get something underneath, pick up some yards, get the first down here on 3rd and 4. It's a tough matchup, right? Sauce Gardner covering Adams. This is the big-time matchup. You got your, number one receiver going up against a number one corner. Watch as Aiden O'Connell is going to take the snap, and you're going to see right here, it's one of those things where on paper, you're like, oh, let's have a, little rub route. Let's try to get Adams a little bit more, open. In this scenario, though, I actually think Adams is open enough. If that middle of the field is just cleared out, if no one else is in that area, I honestly think that you can make this throw and pick up a first down. But, again, if they just tried to have him win on the, on a one-on-one matchup and he wasn't, well, then everyone would say you should have, some help with a rub route or something. So unfortunate here from O'Connell, as an unfortunate from his perspective. But still, I think that what you want to do is give your player a chance. Try to give it to Adams and see if something can happen. As you see, O'Connell does that, and I think puts it in a spot where, Adams could turn forward and, try to pick up the first down, but they ended up falling just short. It was 4th and 1. They do not go for it. They give the ball back to Zach Wilson, who then gave the ball back to the Raiders, right? Which is, not the worst thing in the world. Actually, I do believe Zach Wilson the Jets scored a field goal on their first drive. But, the main point, you saw a lot of good Jets defense, but for the most part, you saw O'Connell, even when things weren't working, still putting the ball in the right area and not turning the ball over, with the exception of the one interception. And we can talk about the interception. So what's going to happen is it's again going to be Davante Adams. It's a zone coverage play, and I actually don't know how much I would put this on O'Connell. I really don't. Where what's going to happen is it's zone coverage, and you can see how Adams' route can work, right? You can see where there could be a bubble here to gain some yards. Watch as O'Connell takes the snap. He looks over, and right here, couple things. For one thing, a defensive back doing a great job at reading this play and, jumping in front of it, trying to intercept the pass. So good stuff there. But also, Adams isn't really turned around. He's not really looking for the football, which is weird because this is around when you expect the ball to come out. So I don't know exactly why this happened. However, as you see, it does get intercepted, and that's tough. You don't want to let those kind of things happen. You don't. That's a concern. But again, it's the Jets, right? They do this to you, and I honestly don't know how much I put that on O'Connell, because if Adams' head is turned around, I think he at least makes a play on the ball. I think it's at least not intercepted. That's what I think is the case. So, that's definitely a mistake. But let's go over here now, because honestly, other than that, I thought I thought it was pretty good, and we definitely saw flashes of not just not blowing the game for the Raiders, but actively making good plays. Something like this, it's going to be a zone coverage play, and you're going to have a receiver who's running a deeper route that's going to hopefully take away, the corner and safety who are deep. And then it's Davante Adams who's going to be the guy you want to throw to. He's the one whose route starts closer towards the bottom of the screen and is then going to move up. Hopefully that can get open. And again, when you're trying to develop a young player, having a guy like Davante Adams is so important. We talk a lot about how, the number one indicator of success for young quarterbacks is situation that they're in. Well, having Adams is a great situation on a lot of plays. Watch as you're going to see O'Connell stumbles a little bit when he's running the play action, but still is able to get on his feet, make this throw, and you see how open Adams is on this play. So really well-timed throw, or well-timed play call is what I meant to say, and really well executed by the Raiders to get someone wide open. Now, O'Connell still has to make the throw, and to be honest, this is a bit high, but Adams, again, part of what makes him, makes it easier to develop a young quarterback is when you don't have to be perfect, Adams can make a tough catch, and they pick up a chunk play on that one. So when there were these opportunities, the Raiders did take them. Like even something like this, which, get this, it's a pass to Davante Adams. Yeah, really mixing it up here. Listen, again, it's the right play. If you have Davante Adams, give him the ball as much as possible. That's the smart decision. What's going to happen here is it's zone coverage. You see Adams' route, which is going, over the middle. Hopefully you can find a gap, kind of similar to the interception. We'll watch how O'Connell, he's actually looking somewhere else at first, but doesn't love what he sees, so gets to his next read and then fires towards Adams. And, that last play, Adams was wide open. It was an easy throw to hit Adams. This play is not that. This play, there's a window, but not a huge window at all. This is going to take a tough throw from O'Connell. It really is. However, that's exactly what happens. They get that tough throw, and they're able to, pick up another chunk play right there. So again, I'm not sitting here and saying that he was just throwing, bombs left and right. He wasn't. The box score shows that, right? 153 yards passing on the day on 27 attempts too. So he had a little bit of attempts. But when there were these opportunities, he was able to take them. And also heading over here, got to talk about Josh Jacobs. We kind of saw a Josh Jacobs sighting again. Josh Jacobs, obviously, great running back, but hasn't had his best season. And, part of it has been blocking, right? But in this play, we were able to see him really thrive, where what's going to happen on this one is you have multiple offensive linemen. It's nothing too crazy. Multiple offensive linemen are going to, have a double team block, move up to the next level, and block the players at the second level. Watch as when O'Connell, hands the ball off to Jacobs, really well blocked, and they get to this situation. So that's part of how you get a running back involved in the game, right? Is just have a situation where he's easily able to get to the second level. That was good stuff by the Raiders blocking. But now here's the good stuff by Jacobs, who, listen, at this point, how many yards are you expecting him to get? Really, I would probably expect him to get a little bit more, but not much. Maybe, get tackled around the 35-yard line or so. That's probably where I would be expecting things to be. But as you see, watch him, really bounce off Sauce Gardner. Weird attempt at a tackle there by Gardner. Jacobs gets inside the 10-yard line. Does fumble the football. Can't do that. Luckily, it fell out of bounds. So the fumbling is not good. Again, got to protect the football. But the run itself was very good. So, again, was this an awesome day by the Raiders offense? No, it was not. It was not a spectacular day offensively in terms of stats or anything like that. But you have to factor in competition. And I thought that given a tough situation, Aiden O'Connell went in there and looked really good. And he got some help from his talented teammates, which is what you need if you're going to win a football game. And so because of that, I do think this was a good performance. And you're seeing them continue to just, look better. I mean, the Raiders are this team that I feel like we kind of have almost written off. I mean, they had their head coach get fired, right? Like, usually when that happens, it's not going great. But as of right now, I mean, there's a three-way tie for who would have the 7 seed, but the Raiders are only a half game back from that. So, granted, the 3 teams that are in a three-way tie for the 7 seed are the Bills, the Bengals, and the Texans. So Raiders have to make a half game on one of those teams. Actually, on all of those teams. Might be a little bit difficult just given the situation, but the Raiders are currently still in the mix, and they're still fighting for a playoff spot, and it's just kind of interesting to see how this all works. So, yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on the Raiders offense and what's going on right now. Let me know, what do you think about this Raiders offense, and what do you think about Aiden O'Connell? Always love hearing from y'all, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.